Cannabis. Oh, hemp. Oh God, dodgy ladders. Top of the buckets. This is where it begins, really. Oh, ish. Bit hard to say where it begins. Bit of a chicken and the egg scenario. But in here, there are these. See them? Oh. These. Seeds. Okay? Seeds. As you see, they were going from this one plant. And that's what these are doing. Dry, ready, seed production. Okay, so we take the seed, thousands of them potentially from one plant, and we plant them. The seed grows, and we harvest it. And what we're going to do with it, it depends, you know, depends. This has been stripped for seed. This was a seed, it's now been stripped. Okay, so it's be quite low grade as it goes. This hasn't been seeded. See, this hasn't been seeded, so different grades. And these have gone over. These have gone over. The others went to seed, of course. Then, so like I say, plant the seed. Seed grows. Pretty basic stuff. The seed grows and it produces an abundance of those seeds. Now, those seeds are then, where are we? Oh no, we're not over here. See, even I don't really know where we're going. Those seeds then can be ground. See, it's full of ground. Let me show you. See, that's ground hemp or cannabis. Okay, put a lid on that. Once we've ground it, then we can ferment it. We can ferment it. Shh. So beep, you've just opened the lid. Once it's fermented, then we can put it into a still. It's there. Trust me. It's just a bit messy at the moment. Really behind with stuff. Once we've distilled it, we end up with alcohol. There's also a residue. I'll come back to that. We also end up with a residue. And down there, all those. All that red one, that one, and the one right at the back. All them around that corner are all hemp ethanol. Okay? Now, of course, hemp ethanol isn't the nicest of tasting, but it's ethanol. And it can be used as a carrier to carry other things. Here, pineapple, strawberry, melon, and of course whiskies of various different types. We have a sugar. That's just a sugar. It's made out of sugar that it's like 93% ish. And again, there over at the back, you can see that's a corn whiskey. So it's ethanol, but made from a different seed. And hemp isn't great at making ethanol. It's a bit rubbish, really. But you get hemp oil when you ferment it, and that is oopy. So let's go with that. Let's go with that. Here it is. This is it now. It's bottled. It's been done. It comes in. I get it in this. You see, I fill these bottles up. These are 537ml bottles. They're actually white vinegar bottles, because I use white vinegar to clean the still. Should I make my own? I'd love to make my own. This is what I'm getting at here. So here we have fermented hemp oil. Why fermented? Well, because that's what the ancient alchemists would have used, or perfumers. That's what they would have used. They wouldn't have used a crushed one. It would have been a fermented oil. Okay, so there's a bit of a journey I've been on. Of course, most of it you recognise from this kind of stuff, which is a cannabis extract, in ethanol. It could be called a teacher, because we don't normally use ethanol in teachers. We'll use a hemp oil. Is there any difference between this hemp oil and what you know now as a conventional hemp oil? I'm told yes, massively different. Okay, something to do with the protein, how it stays intact. Now, what we have learned is when you put cannabis, and that's THC, full extract. No, that's everything with THC. All right, I'm not opposed to CBD or any of them others, but on their own, no. All right, they need to be put back together again. Now, okay, some things are all right. You could have this on your own, but you had too much of it. I imagine it would give you a bit of a poo-poo body, you know, like any other you had too much of. So where did we go from here? Well, from here, we moved to these. These are all extracts now of a bark extract, a cinnamon extract. And we got a cat. You see, the old apocryphs, they went down to its purest form and then reconstructed it from its purest form. So we know how it worked, but there was no mention of the oil. There is a mention of a substance that could have been made into oil. There is. And it's pertaining to what we know to be cannabis. But there's no oil in the original recipe. So I am certain that the carrier oil would have been hemp, and olive oil was added at a later date. Does it make a difference? I don't think it would have done. I think it is a carrier oil because the olive oil of the time would have also been fermented. So, fermented, okay, oils, not crushed. That would be, if there is a secret there and there's something is happening, then that's where it is. I ain't clever enough to tell you. I'm only here to, report my findings. We had a difficulty in getting this right, Cassius. There's more of it here, Cassius. We ended up forming a crystal. We formed a crystal of Cassius. Again, this is in the process. I didn't really know what I was doing. These are samples of that when mixed with oil, and you can see what happens. You can see the red Cassius there. We didn't actually extract the oil on its own, and these are different types of carrier oils, and you can see that it just isn't mixing. It won't have it. Of course, eventually, look at that. That's amazing, isn't it? So yeah, somebody actually said to me, wow, that's amazing. It looks like blood of Christ. And I'm not going there. I'm not going there. Because obviously, this is what we ended up making. Which is, is that focusing? I can't really tell. An anointing oil. Oil of the mystics, blah, blah, blah. Don't really know. But what we have found out is, over 3,000 years ago, this very same product was used to heal mind, body, spirit, or soul. And the early alchemists considered these all to be one within the human frame and the human body. So, hey, is this a kind of awakening to things that happened many, many years ago? That good health isn't just about a physical. Could it be good health, psychological? Well, modern day medicine would tell you the same. It would. It tends to try and divide us into sections and then chop us up. Again, the early alchemists and the early type healers who were around, as far back as you can go, and they looked at the body as one whole thing, not as being something fragmented and separated. Well, over here, this has led us towards this amazing tree fruit. It's a tree fruit, the carob, and it's amazing qualities that it's got. It really has, and it just so you can get a grasp of where we're going with things. There we have now carob sugar, and that is just a pure sugar, like a molasses. It tastes very much like molasses. As you can see, it's very thick and gloopy, and it sticks. And it's like a very thick molasses type sugar, and you can see how it sticks to the ball there. And then we have the carob, And this kind of came a little bit by accident, how this happened. I'd done many other things working with using alcohols to extract flavours and terpenes and terpenoids. Most people think it's all about cannabis, but it isn't. As you can see, almond and papaya and pineapple and grapefruit and at different percentages. Look at the difference between almonds here. This is quite interesting. Let me bring them to the front and get a difference between them. Of course, this is the water, and that's making it go opaque. As the oils from the almond oil, what's trapped in here, when you add water, of course, they infuse, as good whiskies do as well. It does the same thing. That's how I learnt about it from my friends over at the distillations groups. So from the sugar, we haven't actually used the sugar yet, okay? I haven't used the sugar, but the carob and the alcohol, when placed together, made up what we call carob shock. That's what it was called in the lab. All these were shocks. We just called them shocks, fruit shocks, because you can see there on that one, on a handwritten label, it actually says pineapple moonshine shock. Because people were shocked when we came across this, and that's where it got its name. But this is carob hemp liqueur. That's what it actually is. Again, you can see it has the dumb labels, which are done on the little printer here. But they don't fit. We need to get them to fit these bottles. So there is just a couple of old bottles that I've put them in at the back. Like I say, these are the bottles that will be received by all the full members of the Ancient Apocryphy. That's like having a bottle of Christmas. It's a little bottle of Christmas. And as you can see, this is the one that has now been filtered its final time prior to bottling. So these are all of this, and these two behind are all of that one batch. Okay, and that I'm showing you is the batching, how it actually works out. You'll get a little number on the bottom here, which actually identifies this product, where it is, what it's doing. And that works with everything else that's done. Even when you've got people, let's say in the UK, who are making a cannabis teacher in their own home. We'll do the same. We'll do the same for them. We'll produce you that. We'll produce you that. So, and that can be put back up on the website, and other people then can use your work, what you've done, and what we've done, and we can share together, and that benefits the whole of humanity. All right? It really does. Collectively working together benefits everyone. So that is the difference. And then your doctor could actually, this isn't not your doctor, you know, but if it was a cannabis medical product that you're producing yourself, then this number on the bottom here, again, let me bring it forward a bit. This number on the bottom here, your doctor could go to a website, and that number, he could put it in, and it would tell him exactly what it is you've been taking, right? Because we're all following the same protocol, the same, okay? It's no different than, like, say, an Indian business producing, you know, a copy in a pharmaceutical. It's the same. It's exactly the same. Just let me point this out. Look at that. I was given to me this note. Have you seen that? 420. Yeah, I won't give it all away, but on my 53rd birthday, and my birthday is the 4th of April. The 20th of April. Excuse me, 20th of April. So there you go, 4 April 20th, given to me by my son-in-law. That he saw the number and thought of me. How cool is that? So yeah, just a little bit of trinkets, and the coin given to me. It's a barter coin. It's made out of copper. It's made out of copper. Or free, or die. I don't know about the dying bit, but hey. Anyway. That is, you could say, my modern alchemist cabinet, in the fact that, you know, these are the base ingredients that get put together as they are here, you see, and these here, and some of them fail, some of them are successful. There's two there. You know, which one of these two? HRO. One is hemp oil and one is olive oil. And it's all I can say is they're supposed to react the same, but you can see what's happened. Oh, well, hang on a minute. One's kind of expanded and the oil's gone into it, like the almond did, and the other one, it hasn't. Crazy. So This one hasn't. This one has. Oh, this is the one we went with, which happens to be H for the hemp oil. Now, does it work? Is there something amazing going on when you add a couple of different cinnamons, you add cannabinoids to a fermented oil, and then you have, I've got a little bit of it in here, okay, just a tiny amount. It smells lovely. That's kind of a bit weird. It does remind me a little bit like Christmas. It's weird. I like Christmas. So yeah, that's my ramble regarding this, where we've actually got up to. What's happening with this? I have no idea. It's completely beyond me. It's foxed me. I've put it together. I've used this oil and shit happens. I don't know how else to put it. I'm doing my best here to make sense out of it. Okay, why cannabis was banned, why it's not being on it, why they're saying it's not available, why they keep... I don't know how to make any sense to me. Of course it's available. These products can be made directly from the website now, following simple recipes. Any fool could do in their own kitchen. Maybe people have got too clever. Maybe. I don't know. So yeah, if you are a fool and you want to make this kind of stuff, not just the hemp oil, but whether it's E-pen, this is E-pen at 5 and I do believe 10%, at 5 and 10%, and then it's at 20. You can do that whatever strength you want. It's all on the website. You just put in what strength you want it, put in your test result, and you're done. And the testing's available. So I don't get why people are saying it's not available. Doctors want it, send them to the website. It's there. They could make it. If they can't make it, hey, there are people there who could make it for them. But they don't be open to prosecution then under the Misuse of Drugs Act. Oh, grow up. So there you go, folks. The wonders and mystical, magical properties of a fermented oil, okay, would, if there is one, be the missing link in why the holy anointing oil, how it was made, what it was made. Because the oil that it was made with was a fermented carrier oil. And the original recipes from the Torah scriptures don't mention olive oil. It's not even mentioned in it. It's added later. And other things are added later as well, like frankincense wasn't in it. It's myrrh. It's myrrh. Cannabis, myrrh. Now, hang on a minute. That would be, if it's just said cannabis, if it just said calabalsam, then that's what it would have been. Because you would have needed some form of oil to carry the other essences. And the others are definitely essences. So yeah, sweet smelling calabalsam would have been obviously the male, because that's what the bees went to. So yeah, that's what it's about. Let's experiment. Let's try. We're not hurting anyone. No one's never been harmed from anything that's produced here. Of course, some things you wouldn't want to be drinking, like the 92% ethanol, which actually makes vodkas and so forth, or even what's this one here? Grappa brandy. It's like grappa, but different. So yeah, there's a bit of fun going there as well. And of course, the first for my son Logan's Run is a whiskey that's been made. Let me show you those now. Those are now here in barrels, all barreled up. And that at one point is where the terminology "as good as gold" comes from. As good as gold. So yeah, there it is. Barreled ethanol, brought down now to 47.5%, and I'm told it's a goddamn lovely whiskey. But I wouldn't drink the shit, but hey, those that do, there you go. And these are about 15 litres barrels. They hold about 13, 12.5 to 13.5 litres, except for the little one down there, that's 2.8. And I got one more to do here. Again, it's just sat here. I've got a bit of wine in it at the moment just to stop the barrel from drying out. All right, folks, you want to know anything, let me know. I'm going to clean up and tidy up. Look at that mess. God. So, yeah, job's finishing, job's starting, and here we've got seeds, and then we'll be going out to you people. So hopefully you can actually do exactly the same thing as I've been going on about here. And remember, 99% of what I do comes from them. The seed of the cannabis plant, the hemp plant, the family of sativa, one of the most giving, caring, loving plants this world has ever seen, and we have bastardized it, criminalized it. That's our responsibility, folks, not the governments of the world. It isn't. It's our responsibility to put this right. No one else's. Thanks, folks. Join us if you can. You can't find us, go to cc.darkcityradio.com. And yeah, from seed to sample to testing to magic.